It's nice to see you again. The year is 2026. I'm 21 years old, and every single time a new year comes around, I do set New Year's resolutions for myself. Of course, I never follow through with them. I write them down in my journal, set very unrealistic expectations for myself, and never get anything done. This year, because there's a lot of change happening in my life, there's a lot of decisions that I have to make, and really I'm the person in control of wherever direction I decide to go from here. I'm very nervous and very scared, and I want to try to break out of that fear of the unknown of what's to come, and instead retrain my brain to be excited and seek new opportunity and not be afraid to try something new. So I am very much into film right now. I'm a film major. I have been working on a lot of film projects with other people in my major at my college, and I have had so much fun working on these projects and getting to meet new people, and I really am thankful for the way that college has introduced me to sort of the networking process of the film industry, because that's really what a lot of it is. If you got to know people, and if you don't talk to anyone and you're just kind of reliant on your work to reach people on social media and rely on people to reach out to you, not really going to get anywhere, unfortunately. And I feel like there is such a high expectation to have social media presence within the film industry, at least to get to where I want to get to. So there's a little bit of pressure and expectations, especially that I'm placing on myself, but I feel like with how ever-changing the film industry is, it's very scary to navigate and try to figure out. But there are people my age trying to figure out the exact same thing, so there's a little bit of comfort in that. But really, I want to film more. I bought myself a camera for Christmas, and actually Amazon sent me the wrong camera. I'm using the Lumix S5 Mark II, and I ordered the S5 Mark II-X. So I have to actually return this camera that I'm using after I use it, and then order the camera that I actually originally ordered and hope that they send me the right one. The goals that I've set for myself for 2026 has a lot to do mainly with film and practicing those skills, and with the camera and with socializing and with getting to know people and kind of finding my own style within film. It's really hard because I don't know exactly what I want to do, and I think it's really hard to admit to people that I'm really have no clue where I'm going with my major and what I'm doing, because there's so much to do within the film industry. I just know that I want to be on set during the production process. I just don't know exactly what I want to do yet. I'm very thankful for college helping me navigate and figure that out by experimenting with a lot of different stuff and skills that could benefit me in the future with whatever path I decide to take. But my main focus this year is I've been too focused on trying to get somewhere that I've not actually started with the basic skills, like learning how to use a camera. Even though I bought myself a camera, I don't know much about camera settings and what it takes to adapt and find your different kinds of styles. Of course, I've been studying different forms of cinematography and films and television and television history and all that stuff, but it takes a lot of time to navigate your kind of style and art form, and there's a lot of different things that I can use this camera for, and I just not have had the guts to make a project and then present it to people. I think my biggest fear is being perceived and any of my work being judged by other people. That's something that I really struggle with. So 2026, the game plan. I have set a very broad yet manageable structure for myself. I wrote it down. Let me just read it to you. Okay, so the goal for this year is I want to post a cinematic project every 2 weeks for the whole year. There is no time limit to the video being posted, and there doesn't need to be a story. That part is optional. It can be a vlog, B-roll videos. There's no creative limit. but the purpose is to overcome the fear of posting projects. The point of the goal is not to post a perfect cinematic project, it's to get me to learn how to use my camera and experiment with style. I don't want to critique myself for lack of perfection. I, of course, can reflect back on the videos and try to improve my skill, but overall, this experience should be fun. I don't want to dread making these videos. It's okay for it to be bad. So basically, it doesn't matter if it's 5 minutes, it doesn't matter if it's an hour long. I just need to go out and film. I need to do a project. I need to, whatever inspires me creatively, like I just need to take my camera and go do something and then post it onto this YouTube channel. It's almost gonna act like exposure therapy or rejection therapy, or really, there's a fear of judgment that I have of something that I make not being perfect or not being exactly how I envisioned it, so I never post or finish any of my projects. I'm terrified. I'm terrified of it not being too good. So even if it's shit, even if I don't like it, even if I'm not proud of it, I'm going to post it. The entire point is to just get it out there and learn to kind of train my brain to not care. Not necessarily not care, but not be too reliant on other people's opinions of my work. Because I'm not gonna get to where I want to get unless I make mistakes. And like I said, I have no clue really how to navigate a camera other than the camcorders that we use in like college and stuff. But like a DSLR or a mirrorless camera, I don't know too much about. I need to learn, and really, I'm not gonna be able to do that unless it's hands-on and I'm making the mistakes myself. So not only will I be working on this goal for film, I also do have like some personal goals that I want to set for myself this year. So the first one is to put more effort into my appearance. Through most of my clothes, I've turned 21, but I don't feel like I look like 21-year-old version me. I don't want to splurge, but try to find my own style. This outfit, can't even really see the outfit. This is, I'm wearing one of my favorite outfits, and I thrifted this suede jacket. I've never owned suede before. And how do I show this to you? No. Trust me, it looks good. I like it anyway. I want to be more aware of what I consume. I don't want to give into overconsumption and spend $50 on a t-shirt at the mall or something. I think secondhand clothing is awesome, and I want to again go more to thrift stores or flea markets and either buy from like small businesses or secondhand shops. I also want to do my hair more often. I bought myself a thermal brush. I used it today, but I didn't use heat protectant. And I did it for like 5 minutes, so everything instantly like deflated. Yeah, not looking great right now, but I do want to start like putting more effort into my appearance, and I feel like when I put effort into myself, I don't feel as gross throughout the day, if that makes sense. Even though I'm completely clean, take a shower, like brush my hair, do all that stuff, and then still feel like shit if I wear like a hoodie and pajama pants to school, you know? Even though I'm comfortable, I feel like shit because I feel like I look like shit, and that just, it doesn't feel great. So more days than not, I want to put effort in my appearance, if that makes sense. Okay. Okay, the second personal well-being goal is to try to make new friends. I have good relationships with people, but they don't live in California. I don't have many people I feel close to out here, so I want to try to put more effort into getting to know people. That is the truth. My two bestest friends in the entire world do not live in California at the moment. Hattie lives in England, and I've only met her once in person before. It was last summer. She came to California to visit, and I'm actually going to see her in England this spring. I bought tickets, and I'm gonna be out there for a week, and I'm really excited because one, I've always said that other than Ireland, London, or England was like my number one place to travel to outside of the country. It partially had to do with my Doctor Who obsession. Anyway, I will finally get to go to one of my dream places to visit to, and with my best friend. So that's gonna be really fun, and I'm gonna film it, and it's gonna mean the world to me to be there and to get to see her. And then my other best friend, Parker, he's Mormon. So he's currently on his mission. He's like 1 year in, he's got another year left. But anyway, haven't seen him in a hot minute, and it's been really hard. It's been really hard. I miss the both of them all the time so much, and obviously during quarantine and lockdown, if you know anything about me, I was on Twitch. I was on Discord, I was on fucking Minecraft servers, I made online friends. Okay, that's how my lockdown went. And so I had so many friends online, and they became like my main friend group. Those are my best friends. Those were the people that I confided in, and those were the people that I felt really, really close to. Of course, I have like friends and people that I reach out to and people that I care about, but I don't have people that I just go to their house on the weekend, or I'll text them out of nowhere and be like, hey, do you want to go get like Jamba Juice with me or something, you know? It's really hard. So hopefully this year I will get to know more people. I think especially female friendships are something that I need. I need more girls in my life. Whether that's the first half of the year or later in the year, at some point, like, I just want to get closer with people. Spring semester is the last semester that I am attending my community college, meaning that I've applied to transfer to 2 other Cal State universities. One was CSUN and one was Long Beach. So we'll see. We'll see if I get accepted into either, if I get accepted into both. I would really prefer if I just get accepted into one so I don't have to make that decision. But maybe even when I transfer to another college, I'll get to meet new people and it'll be awesome. It'll be fun. I really like crave a sense of community all the time. So if there's like a group of people that I can go to just be myself around, that would be awesome. Another personal well-being goal is to go to at least one national park. This can be for a cinematic video as well. Take the trip, maybe even with a friend. I don't have a memory of going to a national park and just like hiking along a trail. I'm pretty sure I've been to a national park to camp in, but I couldn't tell you where that was because I haven't been camping in years. Yeah, I don't think I've ever been truly on a hike ever. At least not that I can remember. So that's one goal that I want to set for myself. I want to go to a national park and maybe even go with a friend. There was another series that I was thinking about doing called Among the Trees, where I take people within my life, maybe people that I don't really know or people that I do know but haven't talked to in a while, and taking them out. It doesn't have to be on a hike, but just out within nature, surrounded by trees, and I just ask them questions about like their life or their interests, or they can talk about topics that they are very interested in and are very important to them. I think that would be really cool. So if you're interested, let me know. It'd be cool. It also just gives me an excuse to like go somewhere but not have to go alone, if that makes sense. I don't know. That'd be cool. You sick of me. Yeah, so that's the goal. That's the plan. The entire point of this is to hold myself accountable and make sure that I stay on track at the very, very least with the film stuff. I do have to post on here every 2 weeks, whether it's a vlog, whether it's just like B-roll of footage that I've gotten throughout the week. When I start to go and take film classes again, I'm going to be working on a lot of film projects, so I will have less time, meaning that the videos will probably be shorter, but hopefully this will help hold me accountable. And yeah, the final thing that I would like to share with you is this. I've made my very first, I have not tried holding this up. My very first vision board. You can't even see the entire vision board 6. I'll get a better shot of it so you guys can see. But this is basically summing up like everything that I want for my year. As you can see, it symbolizes like a lot of travel and friendship and nature and putting myself out there with projects and such. So I'm hoping that I can visualize it. I'm manifesting. This is my first time manifesting. I've heard that they work. I've heard that vision boards work. So we're gonna give it a try and see how that goes. Anyway, thanks for being here. Thank you for watching. And I'm very excited to try to push myself to get out there and share some more of my work. So even if it's shit, I hope you like it and enjoy the journey of figuring it out with me. So thank you, and I'll see you in 2 weeks, or maybe sooner. We'll see how that plays out. But yeah, okay, I'll see you whenever. Bye bye. Oh, excuse you. What are you doing, Gigi? Not my nose. Hello, my love. Huh? Good girl. You just want belly rubs. Squishy, squishy, squishy. Squishy, squishy, squishy.